Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Fastest freaking show in MLB. Absolutely anywhere. Must be Corked Stats, yo. With your freaking boy, Big Johnny Stud, coming to you worldwide as always. Out the chair as always. Brooklyn, New York as always, baby. Good to see everybody burning the candle on both ends. Nice little winning day yesterday. Saw Jay Bird up in the comments hit the third leg. You know what's funny? I'm such a baby sometimes. I mean, we had a great night, right? We did really well. We cashed the right like a plus 170 money line parlay, the plus 205 hit and run ribby parlay. As much as I like the same team correlation, gosh, man, when you get in fucking superstars, like it just felt wrong. Weatherholt and Gunnar Henderson just felt entirely too good to be at plus 205. They both got home easily. Baltimore got there. And you know what? The only thing I could think about, last thing, man, I go, so, listen, I still care, was that fucking Guardians loss. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right? They load the bases in the first, one out, they get fucking nothing. 2-1, one out in the third, they get fucking nothing. They end up tying it in the sixth, coughing it right back up in the seventh, only to tie it again in the ninth, but to have 2 on with 1 out, not get the fucking guy home. What was it? No out? 2 on, second and third, no out? I think it was second and third, no out. Don't get it. Oh my gosh. Then to take the lead in the ninth, only to have Cade Smith go and fucking blow it. Oh. You know, and I mentioned this with the Cardinals and Royals game the other day. Like, if the loss could count for 3 times, like we lost so bad, we should have had to pay extra. Gosh, this is what we should get your money back, right? What a fucking pain. What a fucking pain in the ass. Sometimes after all that, I'm like, and that's why I bet F5. Because you could have lost that F5 without 2 hours of fucking agita. You know what I'm saying? My goodness. All right, let's do the thing, man. Best part of waking up. Hold on. Let's jump into the fucking comments first.
Martin! What is your profession?
Usual suspects up in the piece. B. Rose, Bay, Jay Bird mentioned it before. No block. Good to see you. Adonis up in the bitch. Jeff L. And Carolina Daddy. my sexy studs. Swing. All right, full slate today. Let's hurry up. I do have the timer out. Of course, I already wasted a couple precious minutes. But, J-Man, good to see you, man. I have to get that out of there. I pride myself on not letting these things get to me. That really, really got to me. That one really fucking stung my ass, man. That shit really stung my ass. All right, full slate, one up early. I usually avoid these. I think I'm going to end up betting these just really quick. Not to spend too much time in it or bury the lead. But we got Peter Lambert for the Stros as a dog on the road against Toronto, and Shane Bieber Fever driving all the young Canadian girls crazy. He's a favorite in the debut. I think we're off that. We like Lambert. Houston's hit just enough. I'm going to get a piece of that. I'm going to get a piece of that F5. So let me just hold on. Let me mark that down in the show picks before I forget. And I'm going to take... Houston first 5. Let's get out in front of Bieber. Maybe we could jump on the old man. I know he's good sometimes, but look, even Hunter Brown, we thought he'd be good. He went, like 3 innings, gave up a run, and even that could be enough. So I think a little bit of pricing on the name value, and it's not like Toronto is really going nuts. All right, let's get into the nighttime stuff, yeah. All right, George Kirby, the Pickle, on the bump for the Mariners, leaving the PN Dub minus 125 favorites. Heading to the Steel City to face the Buccos, Yar, and Mitch... I should have missed that one. Mitch Keller. Huh? What? No? No? Come on. What the fuck, man? This feels like a serious misprice on its face. And I guess maybe it goes to show you how much the public is starting to get into Pittsburgh. I did put up a trivia question on Twitter, and I'm going to give you the answer. So it was ballparks, right? What 4 ballparks have been responsible for over 10 runs a game so far this season? I gave you Washington, I gave you Sacramento, and I gave you Colorado, the obvious. Could you name the 4th The hint was it wasn't Cincinnati, right? That should have been the fourth guess. It's not. It's just Pittsburgh. So, all right, again, they've pitched up and down, right? So even Skeens has had his blow-ups in that building. We've seen Bubba kind of suck ass. He's gotten a little bit better. Jones been a little bit of ass, but he's kind of gotten better. So it kind of hit me today. I mean, it's going to be hard to get over the biggest hump. But Pirates futures feel really strong right now. Like even like a long shot Pirates World Series or definitely a division win worth a stab. Maybe like a pennant win, NLCS appearance, like that kind of future shit. Anyway, back into the board. I don't think they're going to win this one after my little fucking Pittsburgh diatribe. All right, now let's get the timer going. Yeah, I mean, Kirby, a much better pitcher than Keller. You got to ignore the 4.10 ERA for all the good expected stuff. The K rate is not going to be crazy, but it's in line with the 10.5 swing strike. Elite command and control, getting ahead. He can even induce chases, and he keeps it down. I've had that same formatting thing going on. Oh, I didn't fix the original. That's what it was. All right, it's fixed again. Monster ground ball rate, where Keller is really struggling. Maybe he's not a 5.25 ERA guy. Single-digit KBB, single-digit swing and strike, sub-25 CSW, plus 91 zone contact, all the stuff we kind of go after. You hit him hard enough, even though it's down most of the time. And he's done a good job of keeping the ball in the yard. Keller, far from invincible. And again, in that park, which is playing up, 5.75 ERA at home, 8.63 ERA last 30. Kirby's been poor as well as far as outputs, but a 3.7 Sierra, 18 KBB, far cry from what you're getting from Keller. I was just fast forwarding right to the bullpen. The Pittsburgh's been terrible. Mariners haven't gotten outs either, but the underpinning stuff is at least encouraging. This one just feels like a massive misprice. I mean, the edges in the offense, granted, but Pittsburgh, is losing in zone and striking out. Ball in the ground feels like a bad matchup for Kirby. We know we could get distance and get this one to the late innings. I guess you got to check the Kirby lefty splits, which are good, right? When you have, this is a good one, Pittsburgh's one of those teams. I thought it was going to be Detroit this year. It didn't end up being Detroit. It ended up being Pittsburgh. When you have a bad righty or a righty that kind of force feeds four seamers to lefties and summarily gets punished, those guys get screwed. That's not a Kirby thing. So we're like, that's when Lowe pops and Horowitz pops and, those even Reynolds and shit. Not so much today. Give me Seattle to win this one. I'm just a little surprised at the price. Is money coming in on Seattle? A little bit. I'm seeing minus 132. But I'm not really shopping around. I'm just looking at the first price I can find. Next up, Luinder Avila going for the Royals with cheese, plus 160 dog down in Tampa to face Sugar Shane Mack and the flat fucking fish of Florida, raised like a minus 193, very heavy favorite at the crib. Probably a good reason Luinder has really struggled. I don't think they wanted to give him the rock. Royals have struggled with some injuries. I mean, he's got no command or control. You just can't do this. This is not really viable. Even if you can get ground balls and keep the ball in the yard, you can't have a 42 ball, 14 walk that just doesn't play when you're behind 55 first strike, 29 chase, right? So you're behind and then can't get guys to reach, so you end up in zone. I don't know, man. And, no Whit right now, him missing yesterday was not encouraging. Now we're at 3 days in a row. Once you get to 4 or 5, they start to think about the IL, so I don't know if you're going to get Witt today. If you want to wait to make a move on Witt, maybe. Sugar Shane's been fucking awesome, man. One of the best versions we've seen of him in a long time. Just also, I think the hang up in the game, the walks, 9%, going to correct with the excellent ball rate, 35, plus the CSW up at 28.5, getting chases, winning in zone, with a better ground ball rate than Avila in the first place. He's going to be great. He's been great at home also. I know I had that in the crib. Now, Mac, a little bit of negative regression lately. I'm looking to buy the dip. I think Mac's got the goods. KC offense was what I wanted to look at. McClanahan, one of those guys too. I swear there's one guy every day where I have a lefty-righty senior moment. I mean, that's why I have the lefty-righty stuff on offense. Like, give me that idea. I'm like, I confused Baz with McClanahan when they were both on the Rays. I know the names are not even similar, It's just weird. We get these weird, like, mental fucking things. So Kansas City versus lefty, probably the weaker split. It's like a lot of all or none. Not taking walks, not going to help against the control of Sugar Shane. Not really barreling up, not really hitting home runs. I think that's what you're going to have to do. Meanwhile, Rays last 2 weeks versus righties, listen, they race it for average. They have good discipline, but I think that's a carrying tool against Avila. And again, if we get into a war of the bullpens, Tampa's not been great, but we definitely have the edge over fucking KC, who is fucking ass. Do they have the emoji? No, no one has the emoji today. Keep an eye on that bullpen emoji, by the way, because there's a lot of that shit. I don't know. I've been a little ballsy with these run line covers, and I think we got one in play. I see a plus 120, so I'm either going to be pairing the Rays or looking for this cover at plus 120. Hold on 1 second. Jeez Louise, I'm fucking dyslexic. I put TGFBLR, which of course is completely backwards, like myself. Who the fuck won what? Yeah. Oh my goodness, blast in the past. Cal Quantrill on the bump for the Rangers. Yeah, second that emotion. He's on the road with the bullpen emoji for Texas. I don't know where these outs are going to come from. They're on the road against Sandy Alcantara and the Mighty Marlins of Miami, minus 155 favorite. They also have the emoji. I want to get to that first. I know there's some crazy bullpen reports today. Texas, Latz 304, 55. He's going to be unavailable. Junis back-to-back plus 304, 63. He's probably going to be unavailable also. Gray 2 of 3. Alstrom back-to-back. Alexander 2 of 3. They've got lefty issues. They've got front-end issues. And Quantrill not really set to go any kind of distance. You got to like scoring, at least on the Miami side. Now, Sandy Alcantara, I think he's starting to turn the ship around, right? We had that kind of hiccups early, but the underpinning stuff is good. The strikeouts are a little bit low. Again, just quick shorthand. A lot of times you can, this is just a short one, a lot of times you could just double swinging strike to give yourself an estimation, right, back of the napkin on K rate. And if it's tracking, again, it's not perfect. There's other things that go into it, but it is the quickest way to do it. And in this case, Alcantara's running cold, right? 10 swinging strike, which again is not great. 18 KBB, the CSW is a little low. We expect that to improve. Why? Because the ball rate's below 32, the walk rate's at 5.5. Plus, he's getting chases. He's going to be fun. Keeping it down in the yard, I think Alcantara is getting ready to fucking take off. We know what this guy can do for months at a time. I think he's an excellent pitcher. He's also been good at home. We're seeing the last 30 start to correct. Forget the ERA. Who gives a shit? I think it's wheels up on Alcantara. Miami bullpen, I forgot to get to that. Fauché back-to-back, 3 or 4. He's not going to pitch. Bender, 3 or 4, 34, maybe. And Michael Peterson, sorry, I pulled that data wrong. He's 3 or 4, maybe not, but not that matters. So a lot of question marks here. I still think I like Miami to win, but I'm probably leaning towards the over. Remember, you might lose the bottom of the ninth, which kind of helps out that Miami pen a lot, right? What if Sandy goes 7? Because the offenses here are not really impressive. Texas has been meh. They need to get Seager back. Too many ground balls, not taking walks, going to hurt you against the control, and just the stylistics for Sandy. I think he's going to shove today. Miami's not been great, but I do just think they do enough. Kyle Stowers is starting to hit. Maybe that'll just be enough. Again, I know I mentioned Miami with the emoji, but the bullpen has been pitching really well. So I have faith in them to get a fucking out or two. I think they might cover this one also. So give me Miami run line by plus 135, excuse me. We pulled one of these off the other day, and it's an interesting way to skin the cat without scratching its asshole when you end up with favorites. And, I get it. We hit yesterday. That doesn't mean it's going to hit all the time. Pairing favorites kind of sucks sometimes. Winning baseball games is hard. I didn't do the blend yesterday, but we've done it before, where if you have 2 favorites you like, where both of the run lines are in the positive money, I lowered my risk from a half unit straight to, I think I did a third of a unit and split it into 3. Right, so instead of 2 plays at half a unit, 3 plays at a third of a unit. Again, I don't just talk the shit about the process. I'm trying to actually show you people how to do it. support good people, doing good work, press the fucking cartoon finger. It matters more than it fucking should. Okay, bottom line. I mean, like, we all know this. Split it 3 ways. Run line, paired money line. Right? 3+ money bets. Where you, again, and then you have a progressive shot at it. So had we done that yesterday, Cardinals win, Baltimore win, that pair hits. Baltimore covers, that hits. St. Louis wins but doesn't cover, that doesn't hit. But a nice venture right there. Whereas if St. Louis might have lost, we would have dropped 2 legs. But Baltimore would have picked up on the run line, right? So you see, it just creates backdoors and shit. So I get a lot of process questions. I asked them myself. But a lot of things are lined up against Texas here. I think Miami is also a pop. Jason, somebody will fucking remind me, for highest scoring team. Because this game only has an 8.5 total, and we might get some juicy odds in it. Next up, calls for Doan on the bump for the Janks. Bad guys on the road in Detroit Rock City to face Casey Mize, the Tigres, down in 8 Mile, -118 for New York, -102 for the home team. You know, Casey Mize fucking goated. Surprised the Yanks are even a favorite in this one. This one just feels like public stuff. Because Mize has been better than Rodon. Rodon's been good also. But he's walking hitters. And Mize has been legit good. Look at all this. Even, again, like we mentioned yesterday, I want to be brief though. Being able to use elite command and control to work the four-seamer up, to have a high fly ball profile without it being disastrous. Again, leave that shit to the filter queen, right? Not all fly balls created equal. You have to understand that's why I know there's a lot of stats on the sheet, but they all matter, and there's a reason, right? That's why I kind of do the show also, to show you how to read it, to create the muscle memory through the template, to help you just analytically minded, right? That methodology. So Mize, despite the high fly ball rate, you're not really worried about the home runs. Why? Because the elite command and control gives you the evidence of the 15 infield fly. He's an insane infield fly and a minuscule homer fly because he's so good. Meaning when he throws a four-seamer, it's brim or up. Nobody's taking that out. Maybe Aaron Judge, he's fucking 9 feet tall, but he's not playing today. So you got to like Mize. You're not really worried about that. He's a guy that, yes, is he going to finish the year with a 5% homer fly ball? No. But you're not regressing it to 12. That you're not doing. So I want to be very clear about that. He's also been one of the best home pitchers in the league. He's been excellent last 30. So is Rodon. Maybe this one's an under. Damn, is this one really 7.5 and 4? Books kind of beat me to that low total. It is. I don't know, man. But the Tigers hitting lefties. The Tigers are not hitting lefties. Are the Yankees hitting righties? Yankees are hitting right now in general, right? It's starting to fall apart a little bit. You know, we kind of thought that might happen with Aaron Judge. They were making it happen. They were making it happen, but it's starting to fall apart a little bit. You can see that. Lots of swing and miss, lots of losing in zone. You know, the pull rates dropped, the line drive rate has dropped, all the things that Aaron Judge really helps to fucking elevate. L7's okay, but, you know, I prefer not to use it if I can. The one thing that is encouraging about the Yanks and why you would believe in them, it's that steal total. Yankees are running. They understand. Yankees are very analytically driven, you know. So they validate our work. We were talking about steals being like the mystery box, right? That fucking skeleton key. So when the Yankees are running, they're going to be dangerous. But anybody could scratch across a fucking run. Man, I've got this one so close. I want to see the F5 price. I'm wondering where the tax is. The F5 is actually -110 both ways. I'm not sure I want to pay a fucking tax to face the Yankees. But if I do want to put up a show pick, it would be that. It'd be Detroit on the F5. You know, looking for Mize to shove and just Rodon to either walk somebody or give up a fucking home run. The stuff he just always does entirely too often. Next up, Jesus Lizard on the bump for the Fighting Phils. They're leaving Broad Street. -160 favorites on the road down in the nation's capital to face Zach Littell and the Nationals. Wind blowing in at Washington. All right, little dive on in. Man, we've been talking about Lizardo all year. The few blow-ups just throw off all the season-long numbers. He's a very good pitcher. All the indicators agree. All the disciplinary stats agree. I mean, 19.5 KBB, 13.5 swing strike, 31.5 CSW, 36 ball, 34 chase, 83 zone contact, 48 ground ball. Now you're starting to incorporate the elevation. Into the hard hit rates, 26 hit rate on Fangraphs, 29 on fucking Savant. 29 is going to be one of the lowest hard hit rates. You're missing me with this gas can shit. You're missing me. The homer to fly ball rate was spun out of control. Again, in rough parks, that can happen. They're in one today, but the wind is blowing in. And anytime you see an 8.5 in Washington, you start thinking about it. We know the Nats have hit lefties. We're going to look at that in a second. Luzardo's been good L30. He should have our faith. Just as I was starting to believe in Zach Littell, it kind of spun out of control a little bit for him, right? I was trying not to do too many detours, but I want to see if it was competition-based or maybe if I do want to buy some kind of dip, because I do think Littell was a good pitcher. We saw him produce in Tampa, man. Now he's on 2 starts in a row where he's gotten fucking fucked up. He gave up 4 home runs the last time out. Yikes. It almost can't be this bad. But yeah, maybe Littell, gas can. We have 6 ERA at home, and maybe we're worried about that. Again, Luzardo's been one of the best road pitchers in the fucking league. So Philly's a favorite with good reason. But like I said, Washington has really hit lefties. Last 30 days, year to date, no matter how you want to slice it, they've been dangerous. So you're taking your life in your hands with the Philly juice here. I don't think I'm going to pay it. And I don't even think I'm going to pay the... And, when you get into the money line, then you start to incorporate the bullpens. Just real quick, Philly's offense is starting to hit a little bit. The disciplinary stuff is starting to be a little whack, but if they're going to be pulling line drives and starting to hit home runs again, because they're aggressive, I think I'll take the strikeouts. We need power from the Phillies. And without power, what's the point of fucking Schwarber and Harper? They're kind of worthless. I mentioned the bullpens. Phillies are much better than Washington. They've had a little bit of a hiccup last couple of weeks, but they're still significantly better. But guess what? All of those, I don't know. All of those kind of lend themselves to the over. I'm right on it. Again, heavy favorite, but on the road, we should get the 9th frame. If Philly's bullpen continues to fucking struggle and Littell is a gas can, this one could easily spin out. So for me, it's over or nothing. I'm going to just leave this fucking one blank here. Just backhanded my phone. All right, here we go. Edward Cabrera on the bump for the Baby Bears. Wind blowing in at Wrigley. Even money on the road. Sorry. Wind blowing in at City. Win on the road in Queens to face Kodai Senga. And the Let's Go Mets go. This one got postponed yesterday. From what I understand, we got a doubleheader tomorrow. Man, I really thought Cabrera was taking a step forward last year. Cubs obviously thought the same, bringing him in. And the worry here is what the ball rate. That was always the thing with Cabrera, looking for him to incorporate command the control to give him that next level. When that happened, he's been great. Whenever that's happened, he's been fucking great. But now you're stating that ball, right? Anytime you're below 60 for a strike and over 37 ball, that's when the concerns happen. Especially with a guy that has these issues. The walk rate hasn't followed, but looking with this, I worry that it might. Again, the CSW is really low. I have my concerns with Cabrera for sure. He's missing and getting barreled because that's been the thing. When he's behind, it has to force feed. You got to worry about it. Senga, who I like, just can't find the fucking zone this year. I mean, again, to me, this is like over City. The offense has both been ass, though. One worse than the other last 14 games v righties. The Cubs' approach is good, and I mentioned that yesterday as being a reason you might like them against Kodak. They take tons of walks. They don't swing and miss. They don't chase. They don't swing. They don't do much when they do swing, but they don't do much. I don't know. I'm worried. I mean, the Mets have... Maybe this is a good matchup for Cabrera again. They're not taking walks. They're hacking. They're chasing and shit. Striking out. Not getting on base. Mets have been a fucking disaster. What a disaster area the Mets are. I don't understand. All that money, all that talent, and they just can't seem to put it together. Mets definitely have the edge in the bullpen. Cubs have so many damn injuries and just a lack of talent at this point. A model saying under, I don't fucking know. I think I'm to the over. I'm curious if the wind is going to push the total down. Because if it went to 8, then you got me for an over. I'll dig on an 08. I don't think I want to get to 9 in this one. Everybody just sucks so bad. It did go to 08. It's minus 120. So just because I opened my fucking fat mouth, I'm going to put that down. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to bet it. But yeah, I think we're over in this one. How could you trust these guys? They don't throw strikes. They don't throw strikes. Oh my gosh, just an absolute shit ton of comments. People, remember, baseball's version of 300. Give the book nothing. Take from that bitch everything. This isn't madness. Oh, maybe it is madness. Would you believe? My fucking battery-powered mouse just died. I gotta plug it in. That was a pretty good fucking transfer time.
This is Sparta!
Yep. That's what, live TV, man. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit. Gosh, the comments just blown up again. I get, like, anxiety when I see them like this, worried. Like, John, the thing is muted. You got kicked off the fucking stream. Stop talking to yourself. DVQO. What's the link? What's the link for the sheets? Check it out, Substack. Go to my Twitter handle. It's right there on the bottom. That has a direct link there. The link actually for Substack is in the description below. For all the things that suck about YouTube, it's very good with that. It lets you promote everything. I have all the links and all the fucking details and stuff. Yo, Damn Thief, good to see you. Again, No Block, Jambadam, my guy, and Trent. All the usual suspects. Mark S. Yo, what's going on? Joe Chris. I want to shout out Josh also. Yo, man, we love you, brother. Joe Chris, good to see you. New names, Jerry Davis. Says Cal, probably 3 innings. Yeah. Also, yo, I like this one. Jerry, thank you. Thank you for participating. Hat tip, Jerry Davis. Also, thank you for putting the price. I know everyone, I like this play, The price is such a fucking huge one. Sorry, I scrolled it on and off without mentioning it. Sandy Alcantara to record a win, plus 145. That's another way to go about the kind of run line play, right? If your hypothesis, right, the thing you're asserting is they're going to mop, Sandy's going 5 and you're winning, right? So I like that. I also know somebody that used to bet double results, which is actually, I don't know if anyone's ever done this before. It's a parlay of the F5 run line and the win. So it's an F5 and full game parlay, but it's not an F5 money line. You cannot be pushed. Push is a loss. So if you're pricing it out, just make sure that you add up what those two would be. But again, that's another one. Because this also plays into what you're saying, Jerry. If you're expecting him to win, you're kind of going to be winning after 5. Not necessarily. You could get the win at 6. We get it. But, this is all part of it. Trent says Ellie's back today for the Reds. It's a big one. Yeah, Joe says Bieber's back today. I'm not worried in the debut. Yeah, J-Man, you call that what Littell was due. I actually thought he was turning it around. I went to buy the dip after the bad start. He was good for, 6 or 7 in a row. Everybody gets bad sometimes. That second one, that double bottom, I got F'd in the A. This is actually a pretty good determinative start for me. The triple bottom if he bounces. No blocks as Cabrera is trash. That's kind of my worry, man. A little worried. Oh, no way. No block says my mom's birthday's April 22nd and she's from New York. Hold on. Did you know this? It's an Earth Day birthday. Huh? Earth Day birthday. So shout out to No Block's mom on that. But yeah, we have the Earth Day birthday. We were born with the rhyme. All right, let's fucking move it on. Yep. Next up, Brandon Brussels Sprout on the bump for the Cheesemakers. Milwaukee on the road is a slight favorite, minus 123 on the road in Cincinnati to face my boy Paisan, Nicky Lodolo, who has cost me more money than any single MLB player this entire year. I love Nick Lodolo, Italian-American bias aside. Like, he's the man. The blister thing totally fucked him, and then you get the Cincinnati ballpark. We knew that was part of the calculus. It's been really rough. I don't know if I could back them. Plus, they both have the emoji here. This one feels like a both team to score, the Jeff L. J. Bird special, or you're going to the over 9.5. I'm right at 9.5, but this is a good example of a little bit of a model read here. Yes, you got to be careful just adding the totals. Why would you be so confident going over 9.5 when the two added together only equal 9.45 or whatever the fuck we have? Well, because 4 3/4 and 4 3/4 on the mean are lots and lots of 5s. Also, wait, what was I going to say? Right, the assumption is lots of 5s, and then there's a lot of 5 5s that are going to get you to 11, Plus, you have the bullpen stuff here, which I think is also important. The double bullpen emoji. These bullpens are not good in the. I guess Milwaukee's okay in the first place. When you get McGill or Rebate, I'll take it back. I take it back. The Milwaukee bullpen is a pain in the ass, especially when you got like the Ashby and the Hall stuff. I'll take it back on Milwaukee. We've just seen them kind of flounder. And today you're getting the B squad, and Cincinnati getting the B squad. But just in the model read, like when you're adding these things together, yes, you could get a 5-4 here and you fall short at 9 and you catch the hook. That's an, I think, again, favorite on the road. You're assuming the ninth frame, plus all the bullpen stuff. Let's take a quick look. For the Reds, Santillan back-to-back, Antone 2 of 3, Burke 2 of 3, Mole back-to-back. They're in trouble. And then Milwaukee, it's the best pitchers, right? McGill 2 of 3, but a low pitch count, he might go. Uribe 3 of 4, probably not. Ashby 2 of 3, that's your lefty, right? So I think we go over because I'm not buying the Sproat stuff. I thought he'd be really good. That hasn't happened. And again, look at the Lodolo shit. And it's not even like, oh, but the indicators expected ERA 6.66. I am the leprechaun. Like the swing and miss 7.7. KBB 7.7. Swing and strike 9.3. That's Nick Lodolo. 92 zone contact. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look what they did to my boy. Fucking massacred my boy. The 7.27 ERA at home. 5.53 ERA last 30. That's a 6.17 expected. 4.5 Sierra. 10 KBB for Lodolo. I mean, how could you back him? How could you back him? Plus, Milwaukee's hitting lefties for power, right? The whole like Churio Contreras thing is happening right now. They brought up Pratt. He looks fucking really good, and the Milwaukee's starting to hit right now. Since he has not really hit, I think Ellie is going to add a huge shot of life. I'm just not buying Sproat. I'm not buying Sproat. You can get the quick hook, and then you're in the underbelly of Milwaukee. And if Lodolo looks anything like he did today, he's given up 3 in the first. Then you're into the middle of the fucking Reds bullpen. You could just see how this one just completely spins out of control. I have to go, you got to go scoring or nothing. If you're not, it's scoring or nothing. Or the prize pick fucking, player prop parlay. See that fucking 3 times fast, yo. Next up, Justin Robleski on the bump for the Trolley Dodgers. I was frustrated. I was frustrated.
Frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating. The bubbles.
It's frustrating.
The bubbles are fucking frustrating. Yeah, man, that F5 plus money with Zebby. I thought we had it. I know he gave up a leadoff homer to Shohei or whatever. Buxton got it right back. We had a shot in like the 4th or the 5th. It was men on, and the Twins, they've been hitting, but let's be honest, they kind of suck. You know what I'm saying? They kind of suck. We know this, right? We know this. The Twins are not a great offense. They're a bad offense that's hitting. There's absolutely a difference. There's some interesting pieces, all right? I'm not trying to fucking bury these guys, but whatever. Robleski's on the bump. He should not be a minus 175 favorite to almost anybody. I know people love these Dodgers, but like, they're just a team. He's just a fucking man, yo. They get Kendry Rojas. He's in for Joey Ryan. And Rojas has been really damn good. Really good. I know he struggled with the command and control a little bit, but I was actually looking at it this morning and something gave me the don't panic signal. Let me just look really quick. Yeah, the walks were kind of front-loaded. He had a start on April 22nd. He walked 3 guys in 2 innings. That's going to kill you. Then in his debut after the call-up, he walked 3 guys in 3 innings. So 2 debuts, which we don't care about. Since then, only walked 2 batters once. He went 4, walked 1, went 3, walked 1. Struck out at least 3 in each of the last 4. I think Rojas has, like, decent stuff here. Oh, I realized I made a quick mistake. He's a lefty. I just have to correct Toronto to red. I didn't, again, this is like my blind spot. How many pitchers I can't tell you that are left-handed. So Robleski's been good. And again, I don't mean to crush him. But again, he's kind of feeding his own. You're not going to get strikeouts. And, if Minnesota just stays on his track at all as an offense, I mean, they should get to him, though. Hold on one second. Did I do it again? I did it again. Yeah, Robleski's one of those fucking guys. So they're doing all of them. Really, God help me, man. Shit, bro. Booed out of the fucking building. Excuse me, booed out of the fucking building, man. They're both lefties. What an I swear, I can't believe it. I can't believe it, yo. I can't believe it. All right, let's get the pitch back on track. So it's lefty on lefty violence here. Look how bad these two lefty splits are. Dodgers batting 195 last 30 days. Twins batting 185 last 30 days. Slug 293 to 292. OPS 565 to 559. I mean, this is pathetic. Can we get under 4.5? Maybe we want to go under here, right? If I'm pitching, I kind of believe in Rojas a little bit. And I'm not really buying the fucking Twins offense for what it is. This total jumped to 9. Can we get a 5? Yeah, we can. It's a little juiced to 5, but no, that's my play. Although, you know what? Now, you can't go under full game with the Twins. That bullpen is total anus. There's no way I'm doing it. So that's the 2 hours of your life you're going to wish that you fucking got back. Model does like the under, but I'm going to go under on the F5. Hopefully I could find a minus 125. I really don't like to pay minus 130 for totals. But how do I put this? The amount of push it adds into the equation, right? So paying to get up to the flat number, right, is not going to be determinative on an under. It's only going to buy us push. But, right, and but. Hold up. Wait a minute. With your fucking big ass. With your fucking big ass. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Yep. There's a lot of those in the distribution curve, right? A lot. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, 5041, but all your 3-2s and like, right? Those are the back-breaking fucking runs. Why is every game listed at 4.5 generally? Because the fifth run is the fucking backbreaker through 5. So I like to get under it. I may give you the minus 128 if I could fucking find it. Next up, my boy Parker Messick on the bump for the Guards on the fucking road against Sean Burke and the Pale Hose. White Sox have the emoji also. Motherfuckers. Sir Anthony back-to-back, 49 pitches, he's unavailable. Grant Taylor back-to-back, 50 pitches, he's unavailable. Brian Hudson back-to-back, 33, maybe. Chris Murphy, 3 or 4, maybe. I don't know where these outs are coming from. Burke had been doing the bulk thing as a follower. I guess he's going to traditionally start today. And a lot of guys have struggled in that role, which is really weird, right? So now we've had Brian Bayo, the newest is Kumar Rocker. Boy, he's a brand new pitcher when he starts in the second inning. Whatever the fuck, I don't know what it is. That's got to be totally mental. To me, that's like total yip stuff. But I guess it spares you the top of the first and the best hitters. So maybe it helps you find a groove against lesser hitters. I don't know. To me, it's got to be a good piece mental. Okay, so Sean Burke minus 105. I mean, Messick is the better pitcher here. Burke is not bad, but Messick is the better pitcher. And I know Messick is a lefty because I love Parker Messick. He does absolutely everything, though. Burke has produced. To me, his is like a little bit... To me, it's a little bit less believable. Right? It's a little bit less believable. A few points sacrificed in swing strike rate. Plus, he's up in the air. I don't trust the command as much. I guess it's been better, man. I got to give this flowers where it's due. Because Burke really has reined it in. I'm sorry. I got to take it back. Just in the past, he's killed me with that. And he's through 81 innings with a very good ball rate. So I'll take the L on it. I'm sorry, Mr. Burke. But he does scare me because he's up in the zone. But it's fucking Cleveland. And they are the worst offense ever. I mean, I tweeted yesterday, and again, I'm not that popular. Needing Cleveland to score a run is the equivalent of passing a fucking kidney stone. It's just like, it is so fucking painful, and it never fucking happens. And yes, there's relief when it finally happens, but it wasn't fucking worth the journey. You know what I mean? You wouldn't do it again if you could. You wouldn't go through the fucking pain again. So I don't know, the Cleveland kidney stones. I should have checked the total first because I'm kind of leaning to under here. Geez, 7 and 3.5. That can be. You know what? Sometimes I fill in the F5s because you're not always listed. It's just easier for me to just kind of assume the math, right? 8.5, 4.5, 8 to 4, 5 to 9, like that type of stuff. Gosh, that would be extremely low. Like extremely low. And it is. 3.5 minus 130. I'm not touching the totals here. Guards taking on even a little bit of juice. F5. Messick at minus 118 on the first half. Hold on, I got a couple people waiting. Hold on, fellas. Todd. Hold on 1 second. I've been doing a little... I'm having somebody try and clean up my subscriber rolls, and like, I don't know, we had a couple of errors. Just, if you sign up and your email is not lined up with the one that you use, you might get kicked. You give me a holler, I'll get you right back in. Just not while I'm on air. Let me get out of here. I'll take care of it immediately. So whatever. I'm going to take Cleveland F5, and I know I'm like asking just, what a fucking glutton for fucking punishment. What a fucking glutton for punishment. Going for anything Cleveland, but you can't go under. Can you go under 3.5? I don't think you can go under 3.5. I think Messick shoves. I'm not necessarily buying the White Sox offense either. Yes, they've been fun, but they were in a lull, and it's more, all of this is just a condemnation on how bad the Guardians are with the stick right now. Next up, Erod on the bump for the Snakes with shapes in their back, minus 107 on the road against Kyle Leahy and the Cardinals. This is a fucking over or nothing. Don't even waste your time. Erod, one of our winners of the how the fuck does he keep getting away with this award? 245 ERA with a 493 expected, 4.8 Sierra. 8 KBB, 7.5 swing and strike, 90 zone contact. I mean, and I like the Cardinals, man. I like the Cardinals to contact, right? They've made a ton of contact. They've hit lefties well. Lots of hard hit balls. I think Erod gets fucking served today. Leahy's not any good. ERA is north of 6. Expected ERA north of 6, excuse me. Another guy, single-digit swing and strike, 59 first strike, 29 chase, 93 zone contact. So this is pure contact. You could be feeding Marte and Carroll, all day. You got to go, again, you got to go for the... you got to play for the total here. Arizona offense is probably the weak spot, but you can see I have it highlighted up on the board. The disciplinary stuff has been really good. Sometimes an indicator for talented teams to start to turn the bitch around. The last 7, the disciplinary, again, very, very strong. The hard hit rate is starting to pop, but nothing else really. Being very patient. And again, taking walks, not swing and miss. Again, Lee not really putting anybody away like that. Arizona's been making tons of zone contact. So I think that's how you beat a guy like Lee. Give me the over. You know what? I forgot to check if this one moved. A lot of times when we're over, I've noticed this season because I've been moderate. Right, we'll have to talk about the adjustments another day. I'm going to get derailed for a fucking half an hour here. But a lot of, the 8.5 is minus 105. You may want to wait on this one. This one could go to 8. Or there could be a nicely priced 8. So I'm going to just put FGO, and leaving it blank will remind me to just shop it around a little bit before I post any kind of show pick. Next up, I don't know what to do with this man. Sonny Gray on the bump for the Red Laundry. They're very heavy favorites on the road against Sean Sullivan in the Rockies. Sean Sullivan should not be a pitcher in the MLB. And Gray, who we really like. I mean, listen, as much as you like Gray, look, 93 zone contact, not getting strikeouts, and the Rockies are fucking hitting right now, especially at home. They've been crazy good at home. I wouldn't tempt this. I think this is bad chalk. I think you're cruising for a fucking bruising. And where you thought you had this huge edge in the bullpen, right? Yeah, Chapman had the fucking blown save. Again, the Rocks offense is just not a joke right now. Not a joke right now. They have a lot of really good pieces because they're returning guys also. So the guys they brought up are really good. We really like this fucking Carrick kid. It looks like he's legit. They bring back McCarthy. He missed fucking half a week, sick. Now he's hitting again. And Moniak is back. He didn't play, but I think he will. Just there's a lot to like here, right? The guys they're bumping out are bad. The guys they're bringing in are good. Something the Rockies should have done a long time ago. If you're not going to pitch, why not mash? They also had a bad offense. And you're like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Not understanding that Colorado, it's not a great home run park. It's a great BABIP park. So you don't want big swing and miss home run guys. You want line drive contact guys, and then just bloop, and guys that could steal. Give me contact, line drives, and fucking steals, and I'll give you a scoring team in Colorado. Their bullpen is ass. So again, this is, it's Colorado, so it's over or nothing. I was hoping for a flat 10. It's not. It's 10.5. Don't waste your fucking time. Next up, Shane Ball's in the bump for the Baltimore Orioles, minus 156 down in LA to face Ryan Johnson and the Angels. This one I don't have as the bad chalk. This one I think is a mop-up job. Loving Baltimore in this spot. Loving Baz in this spot. I think Ryan Johnson, is getting forced into a spot because of injuries, and I don't think he's ready for the bigs. I don't want to judge the young man on a 13-inning sample, but, I mean, you're walking more batters than you strike out. 21 CSW, 12 fucking 8 ERA, 233 whip, and everything's in the air, everything is barreled. It's been really bad for Johnson. If anything, let me take a quick look under the hood just to see how bad. I looked this morning. Whenever, again, quick hint for if anybody's ever thought about modeling or doing their own stuff, don't put a 12.83 ERA into a model, and you can't even put a 6.5 expected ERA into a model. You can't do that. Doesn't work the way. At that point, everything's got to come back to the norm. It's just a matter of how much, and you could still leave it at a point where the guy's going to get destroyed. But anyway, it's just the quickest thing. I know that's one of the first mistakes people make. But you can't expect this guy to give up 6 runs every time out there. It's not how it works. So he starts with a sinker. It's low velo. It gets destroyed. Backs it with a cutter at 90, right? So the sinker is 92. The cutter is 90, getting destroyed. Decent spin, poor extension. I guess he does get whiffs in the secondaries, right? To be fair. He's got a splitty to lefties. That is a very good pitch. But then he throws a sweeper, so he doesn't outpitch the righties. He's hanging a sweeper to righties. I mean, he's got multiple pitches with X slugs in the north of 650. I mean, I don't know, man. Until this clears up, I'm going to keep attacking, especially because Johnson's been so bad against lefties. Lefties are batting .324 with an OPS north of 1,000 against Johnson this year. 0 KBB, 2.5 homer 9. Baltimore's got a bunch of lefties that are really good. I mean, whatever. And Baz, again, is the season is meh, but he's correcting. So all these numbers are heading in the right direction. L30 for Baz is where you want it to be, 256 ERA. The expected in Sierra closer to 4, but the KBB approaching the 15 where it was down lower than that earlier. I also think Baz is good away. I mean, maybe I'm letting a little bit of biases creep in. But, he's got the velo. He's got good stuff on that four-seamer. And the Angels offense just doesn't do it for me at all. I don't know. They hit righties. They got a little bit of power. They've hit a bunch of doubles. But the BABIP is through the fucking roof, man. Again, you're missing me with a 340 BABIP when it's a 6% walk, 34 chase. I think Baz is going to shove today. I don't trust the Angels bullpen either. They've been okay, but I think they go back to this team that they were. Baltimore's been okay. I do not love the Baltimore bullpen. I don't. I just hate LA. I think they're whack. So I like Baltimore as one of those blend bets also. I think Baltimore wins as a pair. I'd like a better price on the run line. I'm going to put the run line just because it is technically in the plus money area. But, right, and there's a good one too. Right, we're talking about how to decide between money line and run line. I laid out earlier in the show one good way to skin that cat without scratching its arse. Another good way to just kind of do the determining is the pricing. Especially on very heavy favorites, sometimes you'll find the minus 210 favorite has like a minus 110 run line, 100 cents. Wow, it's a lot for a run. This game, minus 155 to plus 105 or whatever I had. 60 cents in that run is not great. So even if you really do believe in the run line, it's not a great price. Not a great price. And, we don't love... Oh, I'm sorry, we're on the road in this one. So I guess that's probably part of the reason, right? We're getting the ninth. Remember, getting the ninth. I should have done air quotes. We're getting the ninth frame. Yeah, I got Baltimore to kill. Whatever. I'm not gonna overthink that one. Two left. Let's go. JR Richie Rich on the bump. Somebody called Cadbury. Cadbury. Minus 112 favorite. The slightest of favorites on the road against the Friar Tucks and Herman Marquez. Two ways to split this. I think Atlanta wins it. I think Richie is a little better than what we've seen. But if you don't trust it, I don't blame you because he's walking the fucking yard. Marquez, who we've seen be ass for so long, is in the debut start, hasn't pitched in a month, and he's been ass. The offenses have not been great last 2 weeks versus righties. L7 equally as bad. And both pens are good. I wonder if this is this might be the very rare case that I'm over on an F5. So again, this one is, is it? Shit, I had an 8. Oh, you scoundrels. We were over when the 8 got listed. The 8 went to 8.5. So now the first 5 went to 4.5. I don't know if I believe in it to get the 9. I really wanted to push on the 8. Same with the curves. So I think I'm out on this one. Like, I really do think Atlanta wins. But it feels like a shootout coming. Yeah, right. You don't have to bet every game. Next up, Aaron Savali on the bump for the Atleticos. They're on the road under that beautiful bridge in San Francisco to face Robbie Ray, the Gigantes. San Francisco treats minus 125. Favorite at the crib. I don't know. I feel like this should be a smash for the Giants. You know, Savali's been brutal, though I'd imagine been much better on the road. Is that the case? Much better on the road. 683 home, 319 road split for Savali. I mean, he's been pitching at home, so his last 30 stuff is ridiculously bad. Ray's been a damn thrill a minute. You know, walking too many guys, man. Not getting the call stuff over. Fucking Robbie Ray, you son of a bitch. This guy, like, up and down, you know, he can give you like a Cy Young type season and then gas can. Let's go under the hood with Ray before we get out of here really quick. You know, you got to know what you think about these guys. They're so polarizing. And again, the price is so tempting. If we think he's good, I mean, there's a good argument either way. Right? We like kind of both offenses. You could pitch for the over. So this is Robbie Ray. Velo is still, you know, the same, though the 93 was never great. Good to see him throttle the four-seamer and throw more sliders. That slider's been a bad pitch, though, man. It's just missed. He's missed and gotten destroyed. It gets whiffs, but he's missed really bad. And the rest is really good. That's what it looks like to me. It just looks like he's been struggling with the slider location, and the four-seamer has never been that good. Right? That's where the home runs have always come from. But without an effective slider, Ray is not going to be that top-tier guy. Man, maybe I should be thinking about the fucking A's here. A's have crushed lefties, no question about it. Giants have hit righties. Maybe we need to be going over this bitch. Is it 8.5? I know I have an 8.5, but you can't always go by my lines. I put them up and then they're stagnant. And, you know, lines have to move in the morning, and then us printing the model doesn't fucking help that. It's 8.5. I don't love this one either. I'm not avoiding these like the plague. If you've been tailing along, we're in the green for the season, so it's not like no apologies, but the total stuff has not been great. I don't know. I never liked totals. And there's another one, I don't know how long, if anyone's been around from the FTN days. There was a point I wouldn't bet totals. I used to tell people totals are fucking stupid. And there's a reason the book lists them at minus 110. Because they don't know. There is no favorite for a total. They just move the baseline. So the rational counter argument there is, if you can prove that you can beat the line, which we have, it just doesn't happen that often. No, it's not like I'm not out here saying, oh, Las Vegas is so inefficient that I just pick on bad lines all the time. No, it's not the case. But every so often, You know, every so often I'll catch one when I do the early modeling, but then I don't know, I don't know. I did this last year. I was putting out like these CLV things, and then I don't know, people were yelling at me about sending too many fucking emails, and then it's like, why are you sending me stuff? Are you playing this? Am I playing this? Am I not? And so it's just like, all right, fuck it. It was creating more aggravation than it's worth. Sometimes I think about putting up the Algo a V1 version of the Algo, but I don't want to say I don't want to hear it, but it's really a soft version. It's going to be I don't have really accurate bullpen stuff in. I don't have very accurate weather data in. So it really is just a rough look. It's just a kind of a rough sketch. But I think about printing it sometimes. Maybe I will. I mean, I create it. You know, you guys know me at this point. I just don't want to mislead anybody. You printed this. What happened tomorrow? You fucking adjusted it down. Well, there's a reason, right? The bullpen that might have been on the field might have had all 3 guys throw 30 pitches. That's going to change it. There might be a monster weather forecast again. There's a lot that goes into it. I just don't want to mislead. Anyway, let's get out of here. Appreciate you all very much. Remember, 88 man.
This is Sparta!
It is Sparta. This is Sparta. We are few, but we are fucking fierce, right? We funnel him in that little fucking passageway and fucking hack him to fucking pieces, one by one by one, doing our own thing, right? We're over here. We're over here. We're over here now. I'm over here now. But we're over here, you know, doing what we do. And if you want to like do what we do, we're over here. But if you don't want to do what we do and you're trying to bring that shit over here, you're going to catch a size fucking 11 and a half Birkenstock to the fucking chest right down the fucking pit. Oh, fun. All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate you all. Press the like button. Matters more than it should. Commenting stuff, all this stuff just matters way more than it should. Tweet something nice about me. I'll retweet you. Tell a friend. I've been charging. We're like slowly churning towards 1,000 subscribers. I'm just trying to get the monetization going on. And yeah, that'll do it. Enjoy the games, enjoy the day, and when we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. Remember, when you work this hard, the winning feels a lot less like luck. I'm losing my fucking mind here. Peace.